I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party people? It's your man, Uncle Freezy. We back again. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute, right? Welcome. Tonight, I want to talk about a few things, man. I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about dynasty building and is tanking / rebuilding worth it? So I want to talk about is tanking / rebuilding worth it? Right? Let's start with rebuilding. Right? Let's start with rebuilding. First, what are you looking to accomplish in a rebuild? Right? What are you looking to accomplish when you tell your franchise or tell your fans you're looking to start all over from scratch? Right? What are you looking to accomplish? Salute Chuck Allen's or Knicks for Life is in the building. Jermaine Royster, what's good? Pudge, nice. Chef NYK is in the building. Rich Boy, what's good? JJ, I see you. Almighty Finesse, what's happening? What's good? With another one. Eric Serial, what's good? What's good? And what I should have did is sent out the bat signal. Let me send out the bat signal to everybody. Let me see. Kicking it on the Knicks at Night podcast. Them. Let me get a shareable link. How we do that? I think that'd be dope if we got a shareable link. All right. There we go. There we go. So now people should everybody should get an alert. Now let me ask you this. What is dynasty building and is tanking / rebuilding worth it? How do you go about doing it? Right? Hey, so JJ says OKC and Orlando are doing it the right way. Here's my thing. I don't think they are. I don't think they are doing it the right way because neither Orlando or OK City, Oklahoma City are looking like they're going to win an NBA championship. Right? In my opinion, you don't tank / rebuild unless the signs are pointing to you being a championship contender. Right now, did I just move the goalposts for the question? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. right? I don't think the Orlando Magic, the Houston Rockets, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Washington Wizards, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Sacramento Kings, the Detroit Pistons, none of these teams look like they're getting ready to win an NBA championship. Right? Sure. Sherwin M says that the Warriors just tanked last year. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Now you saying if you tank 1 year, you can win the title the next year. Is that what we're saying? If you tank one season, if you tank, you can rebuild it all in one season, win a championship in one season. Is that what we're saying? Sherwin M says smart organizations tank. No, that's what it sounds like we're saying. Because by pointing out Golden State, we're basically saying if you tank 1 year, you can go to the finals and win it all. You can go to the finals and win it all if you tank one season. Right? And my belief is a culture. My belief is a culture of tanking. A culture of tanking creates a situation where you create a culture of losing. You create a culture of losing when you say, I'm getting rid of all my competitive players. I'm going to get rid of all my competitive players so that I can lose on purpose to trade up for a rookie to come save my franchise. Uncle Fulio was in the building. Uncle Fulio says, just because a team loses a ton of games does not mean they tanked. Common misperception against Knicks fans because we are so used to it. Jay Boogie is in the building. Jay Boogie says that we going all the way to daylight. Hey, shout out to the chat. Blessings, health, and safety. And yep. Full circle today. Today is Monday, 2 more days and a wake up before the draft. Salute with 3 capital S's. Right. And my belief is that teams that tank are teams that perpetually tank. You show me a tanking franchise, and I'll show you some losers. Show me a franchise that tanked and won a championship, and I'll shut up and end this live. I'll admit I'm wrong. Show me some perpetual tankers, and I'll admit I'm wrong. Right? Show me perpetual tankers, and I'll admit I'm wrong. Show me teams in a perpetual rebuild. The LeBron thing may have some merit to it. But listen, Cleveland wasn't tanking when they had Dewan Wagner, and Trajan Langdon. That wasn't a tank. They were awful. Yo, I meant to say this to y'all too, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. You know, do all that stuff that supports the channel so that we can continue to do this in a dope way. Also, Lawrence Tears, believe it or not, is coming up on its 2-year anniversary in October. What? And think about this. This is crazy, right? And in October, I think about October 30th or so, October 29th, one of them days, Lawrence Tears will be 2 years old. What? Lawrence Tears will be 2 years old. Wow, right? Wow. Wow, it's crazy. It's crazy. You show me some teams, a franchise that tanks, and I'll show you losers. Right? Here's the thing. I'll use the Oklahoma City Thunder for an example. The Oklahoma City Thunder were awful. 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 When they were Seattle. And they messed around and got Nick Collinson, got lucky and drafted Nick Collinson. Right? They drafted a kid named Nick Collinson. Right? But they swung and missed on other guys like Luke Jackson. Y'all forget. Right? I'm gonna pull up their draft history. I'm gonna pull up the draft history. Because we're talking like OKC did it right. But OKC has done nothing. OKC has done nothing. We act like OKC has done something. What have they done? Nothing. Oh, when I start saying these names, y'all are gonna love it. Y'all are gonna love it. Let's start in. Where's my guy? Nick Collinson. Where's Nick Collinson at? Okay, so Nick Collinson is not up here. All right, so I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna say. And let's start in 2005. They drafted Johan Petro. They drafted Sayer Sine. In the second round, they drafted Glenn Big Baby Davis and Carl Landry. They drafted Kevin Durant in 2007. Right? 2008, they had multiple picks. They drafted Russell Westbrook 4. They drafted Serge Ibaka 24. They drafted in the second round, they drafted Walter Sharp, Trent Plasted, and Devon Harden and Sasha Khan. I remember Sasha Khan. He was a pretty good player. 2009, they drafted James Harden and Roddy Beaubois. Y'all remember Roddy Beaubois? I do. 2010, they drafted Quindy Pondexter and Magnum Roll. Sound like a cigar. Mangum Roll. Is that his name? Magnum Roll. In 2010, they drafted Eric Bledsoe and Craig Brackens. 2011, they drafted Reggie Jackson. 2012, they drafted Perry Jones. 2013, they drafted Archie Goodwin, the combo guard out of Kentucky. I remember him. And 2013, yeah, Archie Goodwin, Steven Adams, Josh Hustis. They drafted Mitch McGarry, Dakari Johnson, Cameron Payne, Terrence Ferguson, Kevin Hervey. These names, once you get away from once you get past Russell Westbrook, these names sound awesome. Again, once you get past James Harden, these names sound awesome, right? The Seattle Sonics, Oklahoma City Thunder, their draft picks sound tankalicious. 2010. Now this is post James Harden. They draft. I'm just gonna name everybody they drafted, just real quick, and then y'all tell me about Tank. Quincy Pondexter, Craig Brackens, Eric Bledsoe, Reggie Jackson, Perry Jones, Alex Abrinas, Archie Goodwin, Steven Adams, Josh Hustis, Mitch McGarry, Dakari Johnson, Cameron Payne, Terrence Ferguson, Kevin Hervey, Devon Hall, Brandon Clark. They drafted Cassius Winston. They drafted Emmanuel Quickly and traded him to New York. They drafted Brandon Clark and traded him to Memphis. They drafted Aaron Wiggins. They drafted Miles McBride, traded him to New York. They drafted Rokas Jokubaitis, traded him to New York. They drafted Trey Mann, Alperen Sengun, traded him to Houston, Josh Giddey. Was it worth it? Was it worth tanking all those years after James Harden left? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? No. This right here has people thinking that tanking is worth it. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams. You can also throw Reggie Jackson in there, and Reggie Jackson and let me throw Reggie Jackson and who else? Let me see. It was one more name I remember. Eric Bledsoe, but he was immediately traded to the Clippers. This sounds like we romanticize a great period. A team has a good period in history in the draft or in talent and player acquisition, and they try to recapture that. Let's do it again. Uptown Saturday Night. Uptown Saturday Night, let's do it again. We did it good one time. Let's do it again. It sounds just like the Knicks when talking about the Pat Ewing era. They're like, oh, I love defense. The defense was so good back then. Blah, blah, blah. No, the defense wasn't good back then. You drafted a generational talent in Patrick Ewing. Everything else around Pat Ewing was average. Everything else around Patrick Ewing was ham sandwiches. That's it. But we embraced the era because we were winning. That era was great, Uncle Freezy. Really? That era was great, not because we played great team defense. It's because we had a generational talent. Right? It's because we had a generational talent. And Patrick Ewing. So instead of saying that era, I love the 90s Knicks, we should be saying, I love Patrick Ewing. Give the man his credit. All these dudes that played with Pat, they were ham sandwiches. In a 10-year stretch during the 90s, Patrick Ewing probably played with 15 point guards. In a 10-year stretch during the 90s, Patrick Ewing probably played with 15 point guards. JJ says, I'd rather tank than be stuck in the middle. Hey, listen, and listen, I'm with you. I can agree with that, right? There is no worse feeling than being stuck in purgatory. There is no, and it's the reason why Orlando tanks, because they don't want to be stuck in purgatory. They want to win the NBA title, right? Oklahoma City Thunder, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they don't have, I don't think they have that feeling. The Houston Rockets, I don't believe they have that feeling. The Minnesota Timberwolves, I don't think they have that feeling. The Washington Wizards, I don't think they have that feeling. I think they just flat out suck and they're used to it. I just think they flat out suck and they've got comfortable with losing. Comfortable with losing. Right? Is a rebuild tank worth it? And here's what I'm going to ask you: is there a different, or are there different ways to improve your team? Chef NYK says it starts by making the playoffs. Come on, man. I would be with you if everybody embraced that mentality. Is tanking worth it? Basically, what tanking is like is stop paying all your household bills, right? Don't pay any more bills in your house. Take all that money and invest it in playing the lottery. That's what it's like. Tanking is like taking all your household money, all your income, not paying any bills, not making anything better, and investing it in lottery tickets. That's what it seems like to me. Forget paying your utility bill. Forget paying your car note. Forget paying your mortgage or your rent. Forget paying your homeowner's insurance. Forget paying your life insurance. Forget paying your cell phone bill. All that, take all that money and buy lottery tickets. That's what it seems like to me. Tanking and rebuild. Now, for instance, people are saying smart things in the chat. You guys are saying smart stuff in the chat. And I feel you, right? And I feel you on the line of thinking and your perspective. I understand where you're coming from, and I really want to agree with you. But I feel like there are alternatives. Give you an example. The Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics, right? People will say, well, the Boston Celtics tanked, didn't they, Uncle Freezy? No, they didn't. Because if you remember, the anything is possible years. Anything is possible. Y'all remember that? The Celtics won an NBA title, and then they went to the finals and lost. And then after that, their players got old, so they traded those players away for picks and for young players so that they can reboot their franchise so that they can win again. Right? Right? Y'all remember they got all those picks from New Jersey, from from what's called Brooklyn now. Right? They traded Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, all of that to Brooklyn to get picks and to reboot their franchise. Right? They didn't tank. They didn't stay in a perpetual state of tankiness. And Sherwin M says, Danny Ainge traded the team to get draft picks. That is management tanking. Now, well, I can't say that's management tanking, bro. I'm saying that's them trading an asset that has peaked for pieces to go back to build a championship contender. See, the Orlando Magic haven't been great since Shaq and Penny. The Orlando Magic have not been great since Shaq and Penny. The Orlando Magic have not been great since 1995. And I mean, wait. Let me back off of that. I'll take that back. The Dwight Howard Orlando Magic were better than Shaq and Penny. They were. The Orlando Magic of Dwight Howard and when they was going to the finals were better than Shaq and Penny. I take that back. I apologize. I apologize. I didn't misspeak there. I was just wrong. I didn't misspeak there. I didn't get facts confused. I was just wrong on that. My bad. I was wrong. I'll admit that. But the Orlando Magic have not been great since the Dwight Howard team went to the finals. Right? Yo, Ralph Unreal is in the building. What's good? The coolest is in the building. Yo, Freezy, your minds are deleting my comments and tying me out for no reason. Really? I didn't see that. Hold on. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I got this thing pulled up and I didn't see that. I'll monitor that. Ashley Inc. 1 was good. JJ says, in a draft that looks as gifted as next year's, I'm hoping for a full tank. I didn't see that. I didn't see it. Hey, mods, if they're not doing something totally disrespectful, man, let them live, man. I appreciate y'all. Hey, listen, and the mods do a great job too, by the way. If it wasn't for the mods, I'm like the prince in the castle. I can sit here and do all this stuff because the mods have my back. Right? The mods do a great job. I'm like the prince that sleeps good at night because the foot soldiers are protecting the castle. So thank you, mods. Thank y'all for doing a great job. Kaiser Sauce says a full tank costs big money these days. Though is that through inflation or though inflation? What I'm saying to you is that a team with assets, just like the Boston Celtics in their rebuild, they don't have to tank. They can trade assets for draft picks. Because no matter what year it is, you can always trade quality NBA players for draft picks. If you commit to it. Right? You don't have to tank to get a top 10 pick. If you have quality NBA players, you can always trade quality NBA players for draft picks, man. Teams just don't do it no more. Right? Because if you got a quality NBA player, why would you trade a top 10 pick for a quality NBA player? You already have one. Surprise, you already got one. Sherwin M says, if we lose Mitch and trade Randall, we will not win 15 games. I agree. If you trade Randall, Tibbs gets fired by the All-Star break. If you trade Randall, Tibbs get fired by the All-Star break, maybe even Christmas. Maybe even Christmas. Right? Manchild says, hey, man, Uncle Freezy is restless. He just ain't got nothing else to talk about. Nah, I just don't think that. Say for instance, the Knicks go full tank. They trade all the vets. They trade the vets for terrible contracts and draft picks. Because right now, our vets make about $90 million. The vets on our team, all the dudes that y'all dislike, Randall, Fournier. Yo, Captain and Coke is in the building. What's good? Captain. The problem is what you do with Obi and Randall. Yeah. Eli M says, my eyes playing tricks on me. Dun, 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 dun. I know that's my mind playing tricks on me. I know. So my deal is you can trade. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a good example. You could trade Alec Burks for a draft pick. You can trade Evan Fournier's expiring deal along with Nerlens Noel's expiring deal for a terrible contract and a draft pick. You can trade Julius Randle for an expiring contract and a draft pick. You could trade Derrick Rose. You could trade Derrick Rose for a terrible contract and a draft pick. Probably not even a terrible contract. You could probably just trade Derrick Rose for a draft pick. Now, these draft picks won't be attractive today, but it's like the late bloomers from high school. They get better looking as time goes on. They mature. They mature and get better looking. Say, for instance, a 2027 first round pick for Alec Burks seems like, oh, what is that? But in 2025, that draft pick starts to look good. In 2026, you know what I'm saying? It starts to look damn good. And in 2027, the year when it's time to pick, that draft pick looks beautiful. Right? I'm here to tell you that tanking and rebuilds are overrated. Tanking and rebuilds are excuses for teams that don't know how to put a team together. That's how they buy time. Ask Sam Hinkie how that worked out for Sam Hinkie. Y'all remember that? Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. What did that get Sam Hinkie? Out of the league. Right? What did they get their coach, the coach that used to coach Philly, the guy from Long Island? The guy from Long Island that coached Philly through the trust the process years. What did they get him out of the league? Where's Sam Hinkie? Where's that coach, the trust the process coach? Yeah, Brett Brown. Brett Brown. Where did they get Brett Brown? Where's Brett Brown at right now? Trust the process. Where's Brett Brown at right now? Where's Sam Hinkie? You feel me? So what I'm saying is if the Knicks are smart, let's move this back to the Knicks. Since this is a Knicks show, since this is a Knicks channel, let's get this back to the Knicks. If the Knicks are smart, they don't tank. They don't try to rebuild. Right? If they're smart, if the Knicks are smart, notice I paused right there because I've never known the Knicks to be smart for a long time. Occasionally, the Knicks will make a smart move, but mostly the Knicks front offices have been doofuses. Raphael Real says tanking is harder these days. Yeah. Right? If the Knicks are smart, this is what happens. If the Knicks are smart, this is what happens. This is what happens. If the Knicks are smart, that's what happens. Right? If the Knicks are smart, they trade up for Jaden Ivey. Now, how do you trade up for Jaden Ivey when you have limited resources? You have to be creative. You can't trade Alec Burks for Jaden Ivey. But what you can do is trade up for Jaden Ivey with the parts that you got for Alec Burks. If you're smart, you can trade up with the parts that you got for Derrick Rose, right? With the parts that you got for a couple of young pieces, right? I think somebody mentioned Burks for number 23. Right. Give you an example. I mean, I'm gonna jot something down so that we can keep track, y'all. Okay, just bear with me as I jot something down so that we can keep track. All right, say Alec Burks for Say Alec Burks for the number 28 pick. Alec Burks for 28 overall. Right? Say that happened. Say Alec Burks to the Golden State Warriors. Right? And then say Derrick Rose. Say Derrick Rose to, where is it? I saw, okay, there. Derrick Rose to Memphis for 22. Right? Derrick Rose for 22 overall. Right? Oh, and here's the kicker. Here's the smartest part of it. Say Nerlens Noel and Evan Fournier. Nerlens Noel, Evan Fournier. For 21. Right? We're going to trade Julius Randle for whatever. I don't know. Say Julius Randle. Julius Randle for 25. Julius Randle for 25, for 20 and 25 overall. Right? I'm going to show this to you in a minute, y'all. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see how this looks. And I know y'all are going to say, "What? This doesn't make sense." Right? This doesn't make sense, Uncle Freezy. Right? But check this out. Let's check this out. I'm going to share this with y'all, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Would you do any of these moves? Knicks fans, would you do any of these moves? Would you do Alec Burks for 28 to Golden State? Would you do 22 Derrick Rose to, where is it? I had it pulled up. I'm sorry. Come on, internet. Oh, geez. This is so frustrating. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. So 22 goes to Memphis. 22 is Memphis. Would Memphis be interested in a backup point guard like Derrick Rose? Would Golden State be interested with a shooting guard off the bench making $10 million in Golden State, right? Would Denver be interested in Nerlens Noel and Evan Fournier, right? Why is this thing not doing what I'm telling it? There you go. Do what I tell you to do. There it is. And who has 20 and 25? 20 and 25 belong to San Antonio. All right. Would the Spurs trade 20 and 25 to the Knicks for Julius Randle? That's the only deal that I think may get held up because of dislike. The Spurs and the Knicks don't have a history of trading with each other. And the Spurs don't have a history of draft day trades, right? Right. Sherwin M says they will, but the Knicks won't do it. They will, but the Knicks won't do it. And I'm here to tell you that on the screen, Big Shice say trade for Giannis. Okay. Right. Yeah, I know it. They like, hey, Uncle Freeze, they killing you, man. They say no NBA team trades players on draft night. I know. No NBA team trades players on draft night. I get it, y'all. I get it. No NBA teams trade a player for draft picks. I get it. I get it. Denver would never trade for a backup center and a guard, a shooting guard. They would never do that, would they? Ever. Tibbs won't start him or barely play them. I get it. I get it. But you gotta look past what Tibbs wants. Almighty Finesse says, would you want Wiggins? Yes. I could see a scenario where the Knicks go hard after the unrestricted free agent Zach LaVine and get him and sign Miles Bridges to a crazy offer sheet and get him. Right? And Bodega Wi-Fi says Denver does need defense and shooting. Right. That's their bugaboo. Their bugaboo is, for one, no backcourt player they have stays healthy, for one. And two, who's their backup center? Don't tell me JaMychal Green, because he just got traded to OKC, right? JaMychal Green just got traded to OKC. Comment says that's some big dreams. Nah, man, I'm saying, see, you don't have to do all of these, just something to go with 11. Something to go with 11. Now, if you do these deals, if you do 3 of them, if you do 3 of the 4, 2 of the 4, the Knicks will operate as a below the salary cap, below the cap team. If you trade Randall, the Knicks are below the cap, right? And Kaiser Sase says Randall can go in a package to the Kings for that 4th pick. Listen, why not? And this is with you guys' thinking, like the only way you could trade up, the only way you can get Jaden Ivey type players if you tank. No, that's not accurate. That's not accurate. There is more than one way to skin a cat. And I don't know by experience, but I just trust what people say. I don't know that to be true. I don't know by experience. I hear people say it, and I just take their word for it. And the comment says, Randall for Houston 17 and 26. I don't think they'll do that because they have their eyes on Paolo Banchero. They have their eyes on Paolo Banchero. I just don't think they'll do it. I think a team that wants that would trade for Randall is a veteran franchise that has fallen on hard times. A veteran franchise that has fallen on hard times would be a great place for Julius Randle, right? So it won't be Sacramento. Because even though they're old, they're not vets. Just because you're old doesn't mean you're a vet. You have to have been through something to be a vet. You have to have done something and have gotten experience. And Sacramento has never been to the NBA Finals. A franchise like San Antonio can embrace the rehabilitation of a Randall. A Detroit Pistons franchise can embrace the rehabilitation of a Julius Randle. You feel me? Julius Randle is not going to a Washington Wizards or a Miami or a Florida team. I could see Julius Randle traded for DeAndre Ayton on draft night. I can legit see a Julius Randle for DeAndre Ayton trade. And I know that seems mind-blowing. Like, wait a minute. Did you just say DeAndre Ayton? Yes. The possibilities in talent acquisition are endless. Knicks fans always get surprised by what other teams have done because we think on a expressway. We have an expressway mindset. All traffic going one way really fast. We don't think about what's on these off ramps. You know what I'm saying? We don't think about what's in these other places. All we think about is straight ahead driving as fast as we can, get to the place that we need to be. right? You don't have to tank to get a top 5 pick, right? The Knicks are in a position right now to get a top 5 pick. And tanking had nothing to do with it. Trading away veterans had everything to do with it. For instance, one of the valued pieces that we have is Dallas's first round pick next year. How do we get Dallas's first round pick next year? It's not because Dallas tanked or the Knicks tanked. It's because we traded away a quality asset for draft picks. How do we get Dallas's first round pick that's so valuable? We traded away a quality NBA player to get a quality draft pick. The Dallas Mavericks didn't tank. The Knicks didn't tank. We got that pick because we traded away a quality asset for another quality asset in return. Hey, Keith Turner, you know what? I would agree with you, except Julius Randle's contract is a steal. Julius Randle's contract is a steal at $26 million. And if you don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. I heard that in the song one time. Don't believe me, just watch. I heard that in a what's his name? What's the guy name? Don't believe me, just watch. I heard that's All Gold Everything. That's Trinidad James. Don't believe me, just watch. That's Trinidad James. If you think $26 million for a guy that averages 20 points a game can't be traded, you wait and see. If you think a guy that averages 20 points a game on $26 million a year can't be traded, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Watch what the kid from Dallas commands this offseason. Watch what the kid from Dallas gets from the Mavericks this offseason. And then look back at what Julius Randle is going to make next season and tell me what you think. Because regardless of what you think is Jalen Brunson, what Jalen Brunson is, he is not as good as Julius Randle. Sorry. This kid, Jalen Brunson, this guy playing off of as the second or third fiddle for the Dallas Mavericks next to Luka. Watch him stay in Dallas because he knows who butters his bread. Once you get a good point guard, you got to stay with them. Because if you ever get to a team that doesn't have a playmaking point guard, you're in hell. Ask Mitchell Robinson. Ask RJ Barrett what it's like to not have dynamic backcourts. Ask them what it's like on a nightly basis. when your backcourt is ham sandwiches. Troy Flett says, hey, Uncle Freezy, you lying. Jalen Brunson is better than Julius Randle. Right. Let's see what happens when Jalen Brunson has to go somewhere and be the number one. Away from Luka. Forbes is Phil's in the building. What's good? Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this whole thing of Randall's contract extension is too much. Man, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do $26 million in today's NBA for a 20-point scorer is a steal. It's criminal. It's dudes in the league that make almost twice that money and don't average 20 points a game. It's dudes sitting home. Russell Westbrook is making $47 million. 40, so he makes $21 million more than Julius Randle. And would I trade Julius Randle for Russell Westbrook? Hell no. John Wall is sitting at home right now. It's not averaging 20 points a game. $43 million to sit home. And we're talking about Julius Randle making, not next year, because this year passed, Julius Randle made $19 million because of incentives. Because of incentives, he made, I think it was like 65 games or something crazy, like some kind of weird incentive, right? But Randle averaged 20 points a game and made $19 million. The hate for Randle is severe and real. But I'm here to tell you. Hold on, y'all. My dog is outside barking his head off. I'll be right back, y'all. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here, and my dog is outside barking. I don't want him to wake up the neighbors. I'll be Hey, thanks for being patient with me, y'all. Sorry about that. And I opened the door to get him and call him, and he took off. He's just a midnight marauder. Y'all. He just want to run around in the middle of the night, barking. Right? DSJ, what's good? And Bodega says the entire team's efficiency was terrible. Yes. Yeah, it was terrible. And I believe you have to start all over. Or yo, State of the New York Knicks podcast was good. Allah Wise says Happy Father's Day and Happy Father's Day to you and yours. Happy Father's Day to all my people in the chat. Salute to all of y'all, man. I hope y'all had a great Father's Day, great Juneteenth, great Sunday. I'm here to tell you. Let me do this real quick. I want to do this, and so I'm going to be here for a while, right? So I want to put this in the chat because I know sometimes I get long-winded and I forget to invite my people, right? Sometimes I forget to invite my people. It's not that I'm trying to hog the mic or anything, but sometimes I get on these things where I legit want to point out some points, right? Just want to point out some points. Jay Singh is in the building. What's good? Jay Singh. What's good? Hey, and Keith Turner says Westbrook would be a nightmare, and I'm with you. Hey, Keith Turner, I'm with you. To keep it a buck, no to Westbrook right now. I know I go back and forth on the Westbrook thing, but listen, it depends on the Westbrook situation. It depends on the Knicks situation. I'm sorry. What are we bringing Westbrook in here for? Right? Are we bringing Westbrook in here to play with what we already have? Then I would be okay for that. Right? But if we're bringing Westbrook in with a bunch of young guys and young guys and rookies, no. No, I'm not. Almighty Finesse says there is Knicks morning drive later, right? Yep. So we're gonna do vibes and stuff. We're gonna kick off the week with vibes and stuff at 7:30 a.m. The Vibes and Stuff morning show, Vibes and Stuff live. We'll do that for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Then we'll do the Knicks morning drive. Then we'll probably, take a break. I'll probably do some housework or something, take a nap or something, get up and do like an afternoon show. And depending on how we feel after that, we'll probably do a Knicks at Night podcast. I really want to do 2 Knicks at Night podcasts back to back. So instead of hosting a joint, I might jump on somebody else's joint. Like I might see if Sim is doing something, and I might jump on with those guys with nothing but Knicks. Yo, Jeremy Maynard is in the building. What's good? What's good? Bodega says we need a breakdown of our options at 42. Bodega, I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't think we're picking at 42. It's the reason why I really don't speak to the pick at 42 because of this. And I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna put it on the screen, okay? This is why I don't believe the Knicks are going to draft at 42. Right? Look at how young this team is. Knicks that are aged 24 years and younger. Right? So you have 10 guys that are 24 years old. 10. 10 guys. Ten guys that'll be here next year if Mitch resigns. And then if you trade up, and think about this. This is the reason why I think the trade with Charlotte is unlikely. Because if you do the Charlotte trade and take 11 for 13 and 15, 11 for 13 and 15, that means you'll have 12 guys. 12 players. You'll have 12 players that are 24 years and younger, right? Right, think about this. If you do the Charlotte deal, you'll be going into training camp with at least 12 players, 24 years or younger, not including your undrafted free agents. Right? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's 3, 7, 10 plus 2 draft picks. That's 12 players. That's 12 players, man. What are we doing? It'll be almost like a kindergarten field trip. It'll almost be like a kindergarten field trip. Yo, what's up, brethren?
Wagwan Rasta youth.
Chilling.
So let me come chop it up with you for a minute, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I mean, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, man.
Man, salute to the chat. I mean, peace and love to everyone, man. That's supporting the Roaring Sears family at this hour of the night. At this hour of the night.
Yeah, we rocking, bro. We rocking, man. We rocking. I've been on the internet for 10 hours today, bro.
I see that, bro. I see that. I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So you talking about the Knicks morning drive, chop it up, and now we're here.
Yeah.
And then so we'll do this. We're gonna rock and roll with this. I'm gonna probably go for another 45 minutes. And then that way I can get some rest for vibes and stuff in the Knicks morning drive. Right? And then we'll do some more. Hey, draft week is crazy, bro.
It is, man. There's so much moving parts going, so much he say, she say. Well, we need to move up, we need to trade the pick down. You know, so I clearly understand where you're coming from, Freeze.
Yeah, gotta put some content out here, bro. You gotta put some content, some content hours out here. So how you doing?
I've been doing good, man. I had a great Father's Day today. Salute to all the fathers out there. Salute to you, Freezy. Happy Father's Day. I hope it was a memorable one. Because it was for me. You know what I mean? Hang out with my kid all day, and I got pampered and catered to, so I was good.
Yeah, man. That's always dope, bro. That's always dope.
But the Freeze, say Father's Day is the 26th most celebrated day in the world. And Mother's Day.
I was thinking more like 40, but that's breaking news, bro.
Yeah, and
You know what I'm saying? You would think it'd
and
be like 7 or 8, right?
yeah, I was shocked when I got that statistic. And Mother's Day is actually the second most celebrated holiday, and Christmas is number one.
Right. Them
So
kids, bro. They show you how much they appreciate you.
yeah,
They celebrate Father's Day after St. Patrick's Day. You know what I'm saying? They celebrate after
yeah,
Valentine's Day, a day that ain't even really. What is Valentine's Day? It ain't nothing.
man, I didn't even check that statistic. I was just basically with the whole Father's Day thing at 26. I was like, wow.
Wow.
But anyway, I don't want to jump off the topic.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We cruising, bro. We cruising. We cruising. I I'm a little. I wanted to speak to the fact that fans think tanking and rebuilding is the way to win a championship, right?
Right.
But I can't. Excuse me. I can't find an example where a team that tanked, that's in a perpetual tank, has won a championship ever.
Uh, um, would you say that for the past 2 years, Golden State tanked and ended up getting in the lottery twice? Would you give them as an example?
Um, no, I would say Golden State had injuries to their two best players and was fielding a bad team. Like for instance, if the Lakers had injuries to Anthony Davis and LeBron James at the same time, right? And
Right.
they had young talent on their team and draft picks and trades. Would you consider the Lakers as a tank team? Say if the Lakers had Westbrook hurt, Melo hurt, LeBron hurt, Anthony
What
Davis hurt.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying is tanking and having injuries is two different things.
It's two different things.
Yeah, I got you. I
Plus,
got you. I got you.
plus that team could afford to play out the string because they knew when their players came back, their players were championship level players. See, Steph and Clay and Draymond all won a championship. So
Right.
even when they all got injured, Golden State could be like, no, we're not going to blow up this team because Clay is out and Steph is out. Because remember, Steph had the torn ligament in his thumb, remember?
Right.
2 years ago, Steph had the torn ligament in his thumb. Last year, he was also injured, but came back in enough time to play in the playoffs with against Memphis, and they lost. Remember that?
Right.
Yeah. So to say Golden State tanked 2 years in a row, I think is a little misleading because that team had championship players on a roster that were just injured that
Bro was
refused
just
to come
injured.
back.
I got you. I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Now I'll tell you a team that does tank. A team that does tank, right? The Oklahoma City Thunder. And how many championships have they won tanking?
None. They've been close to probably one.
They are closer to the Oklahoma City Thunder are closer to being terrible than they are to being a championship contender.
Facts.
Hey, I got something that I want to do for content purposes. Hey, so Almighty Finesse says, Was Andrew Wiggins hurt also? No, Wiggins wasn't hurt, but he was one of the guys that helped keep the team afloat. Right?
Yeah, they traded what's his name?
D'Angelo Russell for Andrew
Right,
Wiggins.
right.
Yeah. Right. Well, because you can't say Wiggins and then not say D'Angelo Russell. Because
Yeah.
if you use Wiggins as the example, why won't you use D'Angelo Russell as the example? And Alec Burks. Why are we not mentioning Alec Burks? Alec Burks was a Golden State Warrior.
He was.
Somebody help me. Somebody help me here. I'm reaching for something. Somebody help me. If we're mentioning Andrew Wiggins and Otto Porter, why are we not mentioning D'Angelo Russell and Alec Burks? Somebody help me here. I need some help. Hey, Stafford. So what I want to do, man, is this. I'm gonna put something. I'm gonna put something on the screen. It's just gonna take a few minutes. Where is it? Get started. NBA. And start.
Shout out to Soul Finger number 12. I ain't talked to my boy in a long time. Happy Father's Day, Soldier, if you're listening.
Yeah, man. I just got off a thing with Soulfinger. Man, Soulfinger is a nut, bro. Soulfinger
No,
is
I saw you and him earlier. I caught the last 10 minutes with you, him, and Andy. And I think Keyshawn came on late.
yeah.
But he got a couple of takes I didn't agree with Andy on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of takes.
What kind of take? So what you talking about? What's on your mind?
He was talking about. Now, don't get me wrong. The player is a nice, versatile player, but I would not be picking him at number 11, which is the kid from Baylor.
Sohan.
You know, yeah, Sohan. I don't think he's a lottery pick. You know, I don't think he's a franchise changer because that's exactly what Andy said. I don't think, me personally, in my opinion, I don't think he's a franchise changer. Now, I love his intangibles as far as defending from 1 through 4, maybe
4.
1 through 5.
Yeah.
However he deal it, but his jump shot is still not there. He doesn't have a 3-point shot. You know, he can't create for himself.
He's a one-handed dribbler.
Right.
Like he's a right-hand dominant. I can't remember if it's left-handed or right-handed, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't even remember.
And I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I know everything. I can't remember everything, man. But if I remember correctly, the dude is a one-handed dribbler. Like either he's all right-handed or all left-handed. Right? That ain't gonna cut it in the NBA.
Yeah, so I wouldn't change make a pick for him at number 11 when there's probably more talent on the board. You know,
Right.
he may be go down in the later teens. You know,
Right.
but I didn't agree with that take.
Okay.
But shout out to Andy N. You know,
I would say, but what he was saying, what Andy was saying, in defense of the point that was made, is don't try to hit a home run right there. Just get a contributor to what you already have. Knowing that this dude is not going to get playing time immediately, you may not see him until year 2. And so when Andy said that, I understand the context in what he was making. He's like, don't try to gamble for a home run. Just get a safe play.
But not at number 11 though.
Yeah, I feel you, because basically 11 is a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't see him as a lottery pick. You know.
Right. I would say if you're the Knicks at 11, you gotta swing for the fences. I don't care, bro. Swing for the fences, man.
What Freezy? You heard me long time ago on this show. Shout out to the Queen, Steph. I said it on her show also too.
When the next time her show come on?
Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. and
Hey,
Sun
hey,
and Tuesdays at 9 p.m.
tell her I'm showing up for both.
Definitely.
You got her contact info. I want to get on the screen with her.
Yes, for sure. She would
Okay.
love to have you. She would love to have you.
Okay. Okay.
She'd definitely love
Now
to
now
have.
Monday for sure, not Tuesday, but Monday and then Wednesday will be face to face. So you know what I'm saying?
But you going to the draft party?
Yes.
Yeah, that Sim told me that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I can't make it because I've been doing so much traveling with my daughter, Delaware, Florida, all over the place. So to get time off to go to Atlantic City was rough.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I know. I
Yeah,
feel you.
but William Wesley and Leon Rose, they better do something. I'm so fed up with this big name and he got the connect and he this and he
And
that.
he that and he this and he got
I
that.
am I am with you, Freezy. Go get the guy that you need to make that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying like what Andy sings, swing for the fences and hit a home run, but put your chips up to the table.
Yes. What are you
You
scared
understand what
of?
I'm
What are
saying?
you scared? What are you afraid
Exactly.
of?
Stop being conservative. Put your chips up to the table and see what we could get. Well,
Right.
I heard for the number 7 pick for Portland, they wanted to give up Nerlens Noel, Alec Burks, and the 11 pick, which I find is not a bad trade package for number 7.
That ain't getting you nothing though. That ain't nobody moving up for ain't nobody moving up. Ain't nobody moving back 4 spots for Alec Burks, bro.
I mean, he's a very serviceable player. Why
Right.
Philly wanted him, Doc Rivers wanted him,
Right.
so why Portland wouldn't want him? And then Nerlens Noel, they've been fielding offers for Noel's, and once he's healthy, they know what he could bring to the
If they
table.
take
So
it, if they would take it, sure. If they would
yeah,
take it,
that's
sure.
right, right. So I mean, even if you could jump up to the number 7 pick and snatch probably a Ben Matherin, which is our favorite, or even a Dyson Daniels. You know what I
You
mean?
said a Frank Ntilikina. You moving up to get a Frank
No,
Ntilikina?
no, 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 no. You consider Dyson Daniels a Frank Ntilikina?
Yes.
No, I don't see it like that.
Yes.
We gonna fight on this one. No, I don't see it
Frank.
like that. I don't see it like
What's
that.
the difference between him and Frank?
The difference between him and Frank, um, I would say he's more tenacious on defense. He
Than Frank.
Average more steals, average more blocks in G League Ignite. Um, he can hit the 3-point shot, but I
But he
just
but
feel
he but he
he
won't take
needs to
them
be yeah. I feel he could be more aggressive
offensively. Offensively, he could be more
offensively,
aggressive.
right? But
But
his
offensively,
defense,
he's passive. He's a pass first guy.
right, and that's what we need. You know what I mean, to set
Like
up the
Frank.
guys. Yeah, because I don't think Frank was doing a. I don't think Frank it will be labeled as a point guard. They will probably label him as a three and D guy. But I think Dyson Daniels have the wingspan and the length to play defense and a pass first. Well, people would say he's not a point guard, but the Knicks see him as a point guard, and I think once they switch, it'll be an issue. And he could play 1, 2, 3. But the problem is, will Tom give him time? You
No.
know, we always say this. But we got to get a player that's going to come in and impact the franchise right away.
Right.
You know, but I do have that Dyson Daniels as one of my top 3 picks. I ain't gonna lie.
What?
Yeah, I have him on my big board. As a top 3 pick for the Knicks. You know,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
got I got Matherin as number 1, Dyson at number 2, and lo and behold, people might be shocked, but I got Duran at number 3.
what
The
is
cent, the
Jalen
center
Duran?
out of Jalen Duran to me, in my opinion, is like some say Adebayo, but I say to me he's like Jawan, not Jawan Howard, Dwight Howard, but with a hook, with a jump shot. He could take you up the dribble also too. He's a rebounder. He's a protector. Um, he will go back up with the ball, and you can't shoot a 10 and a 12 footer, which we don't which we don't have. Brings a different dynamic to the team, in my opinion.
I, I,
And I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to stretch the floor to make 3 pointers, but if he could hit that 10 to 12 mid range shot, and he has a little jump hook over his shoulder, so I see him as a great potential as a on my big board at number 3, and
no, wait, not at the number 3 pick, but as your
no, I
third
did not,
best player.
right, as my third best player, right,
Okay.
right. I don't have Johnny Davis nowhere number around my top 5. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I'm just not feeling Johnny Davis like that.
right.
I know he got a lot of Johnny Davis fans, but me personally, I just not. Mm. For a shooting guard, and you're shooting at least 31% from the arc.
In
I
today's
don't think,
NBA,
yeah, I don't think that's gonna cut it.
right?
I really think that's not gonna cut it.
And the excuse for Johnny Davis is that the defense is key on him. Really? You think it's happening like that in college? You think an NBA defense is going to take it easy on him?
Nah, they're gonna eat his food.
Yeah.
They're gonna definitely eat his food. But yeah, I don't have him as my board as a top 5 at all.
Yeah.
I think I see as I like number 4. I like Brennan, the Ohio kid.
Branham. Yeah. Malachi Branham. Yeah.
Man, I like him. I like him a lot. And number 5, I will probably put well, we could flip flop because I like Jovic and I like Eason, but Eason still has from LSU. He still has a lot of developing to do. But that
He,
kid is
he's he's a sleeper, bro.
yeah,
I'll
he's a hooper. I like him too.
right. I think out of him and Usman Deng, I think you could find you a Paul George, Kawhi Leonard type talent.
Right.
Now, when I say that, people are like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Hey, man, when Paul George was drafted, you didn't know he was going to be Paul George. All you
Yeah,
knew was
right.
that he was a 6'8" swingman in college that can dribble the ball. You know what I'm saying, and pass a little bit. You didn't know he was going to be an elite defender. And
Well, Freezy, let me say this before you continue. If Danny Granger never got hurt, we would have never known who was Paul George at the time. You know.
nah,
So
man,
I'm just
they were bringing Lance Stevenson off the bench. Paul George started. Lance Stevenson was their sixth man.
But Danny Granger got injured for Paul George to play Freezy.
No, Paul George played the 2, bro. Their lineup was Darren Collison, Paul George in the backcourt, Danny Granger at the 3, David West at the 4, and Roy Hibbert at center. Lance Stevenson was coming off the bench for them.
You know what? I ain't gonna argue because I can't remember.
Let me. I'll
I
the
can't
year.
remember.
I'll see if I can find it. The 2014 Indiana Pacers. I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I'll put it on the screen. Right? So they had Lavoy Allen, he wasn't nothing. Rasul Butler, he wasn't nothing. And they had Andrew Bynum, he wasn't doing nothing. They had Chris Copeland, Paul George, Danny Granger, Roy Hibbert, George Hill, Solomon Hill, Orlando Johnson, Jan Mahimi, Luis Scola. Yeah. I want to get a breakdown of their minutes. I'm going to do a breakdown of their minutes per game. Right? Paul George averaged 36. Lance Stevenson averaged 35. Danny
And
Granger.
this is what the 2014 season.
2013-14. I'm gonna go back 1 year.
And how much you say Granger average?
I just switched away from it. Hold on. Let me.
All right, let's go. Move on.
All right. So Paul George and where is it? Okay. Because I remember Danny Granger getting hurt. Yep. This is the season Danny Granger got hurt. You're right. That season, Danny Granger was hurt. Let me go back one more season. Because I remember a season they played together. They played a season together. Was it 11?
I think it was. Wasn't it in the playoff though? Wasn't there a playoff series with LeBron?
Oh, you know what? It was the 2011-2012 season. The 2011-2012 season. Paul George had 1 year of experience. They had him at shooting guard, and Danny Granger at small forward. Right?
Okay.
And Danny Granger averaged 33 minutes a game. Paul George averaged 29 minutes a game. One was at shooting guard. Paul George. I'm going to put it up on the screen so everybody can see it. Let me see. Let me move this out of the way, and then do this. I'm going to blow this up some so we can see it. All right. See the leader in minutes. The leader in minutes was Danny Granger.
Okay.
You see it at the top. At the top, Danny Granger was the leader in minutes. Darren Collinson averaged 31 minutes. Roy Hibbert averaged 29.8. Paul George averaged 29.7. Right? And then
this was his second year?
Yeah, this was his second year, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm going to slide back up so you can see the roster. Right? All right. So you see the roster right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th name is Paul George, and he's listed as a SG.
Okay.
Danny Granger is right up under him. Danny Granger is listed as a SF.
Small forward. Okay.
Yep. There it is. Yeah, man. Bodega said, Bodega Wi-Fi says, yeah, Carmelo remembers that lineup too. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
That block from Hibbert, man.
Yeah, man. And see, they had David West, Lance Stevenson. They had Dante Jones, George Hill. Yeah, man. Tyler Hansbrough coming off the bench. Remember that?
North Carolina kid.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. And so by pulling this up, I'm not trying to be super right, but what I'm saying is
no. You gotta show the facts, bro.
Yeah, and so yeah. So I'm I show that to say, never mind. It don't even matter. I hate Indiana. I don't even want to talk about them, bro. I hate the Pacers, bro. I hate them and I hate Miami. I don't even care. I hate them, Miami, and the Celtics, bro. I hate all of them. I hate Indiana. And I hate Boston, and I hate the Miami Heat. So whatever. People don't like it. So what? They're like, man, be classy, Uncle Freezy. No. No, No, I ain't gonna be classy, bro. Not when it comes to your rivals, man.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think Usman Ding can be that guy that we take. He could be that Kawhi Leonard. Now, listen, not Kawhi Leonard, but the
So,
Kawhi Leonard type player that can do multiple things from the wing position, right? And you can develop him in one role initially, right?
so are you trading the 11 pick to move up? Because I get all right. When I say move up in the teens more, or is that trade, or is that down?
That's straight down. But yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
understand. I understand what you're saying. But what I will say to you is this. What I will say is this. I would prefer the Knicks trade up in the draft for Jaden Ivey. Would I be okay? Would I be okay with the Knicks trading down, say with Charlotte or somebody?
All right. This is a question that I heard many people ask, and I'm gonna ask you because I never get your opinion. Um, if we do that, are you okay with parting ways with either quickly or Obi?
No, I'm not okay with it.
So, what package are you giving up to Sacramento for the number 4 pick?
Draft
If you
picks.
don't want to, if I'm sorry,
Draft picks.
yeah, but they gonna need a player, bro.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
No, no,
They
they
gonna
don't
they
need a
gonna need
player.
a young player, bro.
They're gonna want a young
I'm
player.
sure guarantee of that.
They're gonna want a young player, but they don't need a young player to get the deal done.
I think so. I think you're gonna need to throw in one of those young players, man. I honestly
That's what
do.
they want you to do. They want you to give them some young players, right? And I'm here to tell them that if they want to make the playoffs, the best players that they can get for for a veteran team to make the playoffs is veterans like Fournier and Burks. Who's the best? We had this conversation the other day. Who's the best starting shoot? Because they were like, man, you got to give him RJ. No, you don't. Sacramento don't have a history of shooting guards. Think about this, Stafford. Now you've been watching basketball for a long time. Who's the greatest shooting guard in Sacramento Kings history?
Um, Hold on. Did Mitch Richmond play for them?
He did. He did. He sure did.
You got Mitch. You got oh, what you say? White Chocolate was a good. He was a
He was a
good
point
point
guard.
guard.
He was a point guard.
Who else?
Mike Bibby. He was a point
Mike
guard.
Bibby, right?
Reggie Theus was a point guard for them when I watched. He was a primary ball handler for them. Reggie Theus, and that was in the 80s. That was 40 years ago.
No, like, that's what I say. When you said that, I wouldn't.
Right,
I
right,
mean, I wouldn't remember him as a broadcaster.
right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. And so who was they are known for having point guards. They had Kevin Johnson. They had De'Aaron Fox. They had Tyrese Halliburton. They had Davion Mitchell. They had a whole bunch of good point guards, right? They had Nate Tiny Archibald, right?
Mm.
But when you ask about who the greatest shooting guard in Sacramento Kings history, you can only name one that was good, period. Mitch Richmond. And they got him in a trade. They didn't draft him. They got him in a trade with the Golden State Warriors. They
Mm.
broke up Run TMC. Right? So Sacramento can't come to me and talk to me about turning their nose up at a shooting guard. Nah, bro. You can't because Dante DiVincenzo don't even want to be there right now.
But all right, so let's analyze this. What do Sacramento need? You understand what I'm saying? Because I think they're trying to get rid of Rashad Holmes, they center.
Right.
They traded Bagley. Um, They already have a backup point guard in Davian Mitchell.
Right.
Shooting guard. Who they got at shooting guard? Can you see that might be a
Dante
need right there?
DiVincenzo.
Yeah,
They
but
have Dante DiVincenzo.
I think Ivy came out and said he don't want to be drafted by them.
That's a
Small
rumor.
forward, you
That's a
still
rumor,
got
man.
Barnes. You
Right.
got what's the kid? The kid that used to play for Indiana, power forward. You got him,
Sabonis.
Sabonis, right? Um, that's what I'm saying, bro. They need a backup four, bro. And Obi might be that pick, if anything, bro. So all right, we just talking about putting the chips to the table. I'm saying, Freezy, to get Ivy, you wouldn't give up Obi, bro.
It's so Staffordon did. So okay, so you rephrase the question. You asked me, you didn't ask me would I give them
No,
up. You asked
I,
me,
what I
you asked
asked
me
you,
if
would
I
you?
would.
I asked you with two players. I tell you, I asked you quickly, and I asked you, Obi, would you give up one of those two players in the trade, right? And you told me only draft picks.
No, no, no,
But
no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no, no. That's not what. No, that's not what you asked me. Again, that's not what I was saying. You asked
okay,
me would I be okay with giving up quickly in OB, and I said
right,
no.
right, which is right,
Right,
which is
right,
right.
right. Now, are you asking me would I give them up in that trade? And I would say yes. Right, because
Okay,
being okay with it is one thing. Doing it is another.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would trade them and not be okay with it. You feel me? Like would I be hurt to deal OB and IQ? Yes, but say la vie, goodbye for Ivy. Look, like it's like not saying that the phrasing because I don't want to get into semantics, right? Because it's the same thing with RJ Barrett. Would I be okay with trading RJ Barrett to Utah for Donovan Mitchell? No, I wouldn't be okay with trading RJ Barrett to Utah. I would be okay with trading RJ Barrett, period. But for Donovan Mitchell, bye. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be okay with it, but I would do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, I would. Yeah, it's like trading in your old car for a new car, right? Do you want to get rid of your old car, the one you met your girlfriend in? You had all these dope memories in. You know what I'm saying? That's your car. That was your favorite whip. You know what I'm saying? Would you be okay trading that old car that you love for a new car? No, I wouldn't be okay with it, but I would love that new car though.
You're
you,
sure right. You're sure right.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I having to be changing the radiator because the AC broke down all the time, or the
Yeah,
fan, and
yeah,
you
you
know,
out there scraping your knuckles trying to change a fan belt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I get what you're saying, and I'm not trying to dodge the question. I just wanted to answer it honestly.
right.
You feel me? I just
Oh,
wanted to give you.
we missed one. Kevin Winsey, Peja Steljokovic. Yes,
He was a
right,
small
right.
forward though. Remember he 6'9", he was a 6'9" small forward. Him
Yeah,
and him and him and
but we
Turkaloo.
talking about best shooters, right? Or we talking about just best shooting guards?
No, 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 no. Yeah, Stojakovic might have been their best shooter of all time, but he definitely wasn't a shooting guard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He might have been. They had Turkaloo. You remember Hedo Turkaloo?
Yes,
They
yes,
had
yes,
him, and they
yes.
had Gerald Wallace. You know what I'm saying? So they had Sacramento
Mm,
had they had
Joe
Bobby
Wallace,
Jackson.
he was all right. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
Joe
guess.
Wallace was better for the Charlotte Bobcats. He was better for the Charlotte Bobcats than he was for the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, yeah. You remember the Charlotte Bobcats with that ugly orange and silver? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bob Johnson.
Bob Johnson,
Oh
BET,
God, Freezy, you're
BET,
crazy.
BET. Yeah, man. But
Okay.
yeah, man. So I would be okay with making the move to number 4 to get Jaden Ivey, right? But I'm not okay just moving to number 4 to get anybody, right? Like for instance, if Jaden Ivey somehow goes off the board, right? Say Jaden Ivey goes number 3, and Chet Holmgren is there at 4. Would I be okay moving up to 4, trading all that stuff? I don't think so.
I ain't feeling. Look, I'm not feeling him either, bro. I just feel with him. They say he's strong. It's all good. You
For his
understand? But
size, he's strong for his size. Yeah,
I just get Porzingis vibes with him.
bro.
I may be wrong, and I said it all the time. Whoever listens to me all the time, I always say with Chaz, I feel like that Porzingis feeling. He might be okay for a season or two, and there go
And then start getting hurt.
a knee injury. Exactly.
Right.
Or
Now,
somebody
he
bullying him in
ain't
the post or something like that.
he ain't Porzingis tough, right? I tell you who is Porzingis or better. Victor Wembanyama, the number 1 pick in next year draft.
Mm.
It's a 7'2" dude that moves like a freaking point guard. 7'2" with handles. He looks like if you took Brandon Ingram and made him 7'2". Think about not in the face. I'm talking about the frame. I'm talking about the frame of Brandon Ingram and made him a 7'2" center. This dude, if the Knicks tank for next year, they got to tank for him. I like Scoot Henderson. I like the Thompson twins. I like the black kid, Jonathan Black. I think that's his name, or whatever he is, whatever his name is. I like all those guys, right? But if I got to get the crown gem out of that draft, it's got to be the Wembanyama kid. It's got to be, man. You can't mess around with that. Can you get a quality player out of next year's draft? Hell yeah. You can get a quality player out of that draft, bro. But think VW. Going forward, we thinking VW, bro. VW. I like Scoot Henderson, bro. I do. And I think a backcourt of Scoot Henderson and Jaden Ivey takes us to the moon.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Scoot Henderson and Jaden Ivey takes us to the moon, man. Scoot Henderson and Jaden Ivey is the most athletic backcourt the Knicks have ever fielded in their history. You feel me?
So who's running the point?
Scoot Henderson.
Scoot? Okay. What about the kid from everybody raving about him, man. The kid from Santa Clara. The point guard over there.
The 6'6" kid?
I forget his name. That they say I heard a lot of people raving about him, man.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I haven't got to research him that much, but I heard that kid from Santa Clara is very nice.
Jalen Williams, I think his name is. He is soaring up draft boards right now as we speak, right?
Yeah. If anybody could put his name in the chat.
I'm gonna find him for where is he at? Tankathon don't have him listed as a first round pick.
Jalen Williams,
that's him.
Thanks, Chef. Yeah, Jalen Williams. I listen. The amount of people that's raving about him, I saw a couple of highlights with him. I still need to do some more, but I think he could be a good fit too. At point.
Yeah, I don't like late risers, bro. I don't like risers the week of the draft, man. Because I'm thinking, like, where have you been all year? Why are we just now hearing about you like right before the draft? I think agents are puffing up some. I think the hype train is big. He might be Darko Milicic.
Who?
Jalen
Williams?
Yep. I think he may be Frank Ntilikina.
What?
Yep.
Another ham sandwich?
No. Frank was not a ham sandwich. Frank wasn't meat or bread. Frank was just a ketchup packet. Frank was a ketchup packet, bro. And
Oh
so
boy, it's good to
I'm
be
not
back
saying,
home with you, boy.
yeah. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not knocking the kid. I'm just saying, how come we hadn't
Yeah.
heard about this kid before now?
Yeah, because he's not in a conference where it's not like the ACC or the SEC or one of those big mega conference, bro. Look at McCullum and what's his
And
name?
Lillard.
Lillard.
They
Lillard
went to
came
small
from
schools. They went to
Weber.
small, yeah.
Exactly, went to small school, and what's his name went to school in Pennsylvania. So
Lehigh.
they stand out.
Right.
They stood out.
Right.
So I don't think it necessarily has to be once you go out there and you prove your skills, I don't think it has to be the schools per se. He was just balling and doing his thing.
Okay,
I
so
think
Tankathon has him listed as a small forward that's 6'5.75. So he's
mm,
a small forward that's not even 6'6". That's what you want?
bro, if he could run the point and put the players in this perspective places, I have no problem because here's the thing about it, right, Freezy? Every time we say a point guard, he's not a point guard. Every time we say a shooting guard, he's not a shooting guard. So
Yeah.
what the hell sometimes do we want, bro?
Right.
Can we just find a player to fit the position and run the position? Because we can't keep net picking and talking about, oh, he's this, he's that. Yo, we need a point guard, bro. So regardless if he could play all three positions, small forward, shooting guard, point guard, so be it. We need to stop that narrative of, oh, he's not a point guard, he's a shooting guard. No, he's a shooting guard, he's a small forward. No, bro, we need a point guard. So if he could play the position, so be it. I'm just tired of that whole,
Stafford, we don't
he's
need a
not a
point guard,
shooting
bro.
guard, he's a point guard. No, he's a
Stafford,
small forward,
we don't need a point guard, man.
what you mean we don't need it? So what we need then, Freezy?
We need
What we need then?
playmakers.
And I get you, but
We need
we still
playmakers
need
like
we
for,
still need a floor general, Freezy.
yeah. Well, floor general and point guard are not may not be the same thing, right? And hear me out on this. Like when you look at Luka Doncic, do you see a conventional point guard?
Say that again.
When you look at Luka Doncic, do
Uh-huh.
you see a conventional point guard?
No, but the
When
but
you
the-
when
but
you see
but
Cade
but
when you
but
see
but but
Cade
but, but
Cunningham,
no, but hear me out though. But he could put people in his position. He could play. He could play make. He could dish off the ball, even though he's not a conventional point guard. That's the point I'm trying to make. Even though he's
you
not
making my point.
a pure point guard,
You making
he
my
can
point.
still man the position.
You making my point. Like Luka Doncic is not a traditional point guard, but he is a playmaker, right? Luka makes plays, right?
Right.
Cade Cunningham is not. Hey, Cully, what's good? Yo, like Cade Cunningham is not a traditional
What up,
point guard.
bro?
He's a mid playmaker. What's good, bro?
What's good? What's good, Cully? Long time, long time.
Right, and LeBron James is LeBron James a traditional point guard,
No,
but he's a playmaker.
right, but he still runs the point and know where to put people in their
And,
places.
and if I told you at 11 the Knicks could draft a Luka Doncic, what would you say?
Albeit, I'm not
Take it,
mad
right?
at that.
You take it,
I'm not
right?
I'm not mad at that.
Right.
No, I'm not mad at that if that's the case.
But a conventional point guard in this draft is a Tata Washington type, right?
No.
The kid from Tennessee, Kennedy
Glockin.
Chandler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. right? I'm saying, bro, the
Yeah,
Knicks are
he's from
so devoid of
Nebraska. My
talent.
bad.
The Knicks are so devoid of talent, bro. I don't think we can pigeonhole ourselves into one thing.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like Nick fans, we so picky, bro.
Not
And I don't blame them for that because we haven't been hitting for the past 20 years. So I get it. You understand what I mean? But we need the talent, bro. Wherever it could come from, man. We need a player to change this franchise. You understand what I'm saying? That
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 player.
gem,
That
that
player ain't gonna
gem
be in
that
the
you
draft,
always
though.
talking about, that crown gem.
Yeah, that player ain't gonna be, and his impact ain't gonna be felt this year, this season. So even if you get Jaden Ivey, and he'll be a crown gem, his impact won't be felt in the 2022-2023 season, right?
Why you
But
say that? Why no. Before you move on, why you say that?
I was getting ready to get to that. The thing is,
Okay.
you can't have a rookie lead your team to a championship, no matter who the rookie is.
I wouldn't jump that far and say championship. No, I wouldn't jump that far. I wouldn't say championship, but I would say more than 37 wins. At least he could probably give us 3+ wins and get to 40
Oh
or
well, okay,
41.
okay, that's reasonable.
I'll say
That's
that,
reasonable.
but ain't
That's
no
reasonable.
damn championship.
You're right. That's reasonable, right? Because the Knicks haven't won a championship in 50 years, and to expect Jaden Ivey to do it in one season would be ridiculous, right?
Nah,
No, that's
I
right.
wouldn't
So
say whoever
I
whoever thinking championship if we get Jaden Ivey in the first year is they
crazy,
smoke it. Yeah,
crazy.
they smoking more than bath salts. They
They
on something else.
they on that gorilla glue.
Something.
This week, we were just having a conversation. We was just having that conversation earlier, bro.
Bro, I
You know what
went
I'm
to the
saying?
beach today, bro, and the amount of seaweed is in on the beach, bro. Oh my goodness, they gotta be smoking some type of seaweed.
What? Must be right. Must be. Must be. Hey man, so I'm gonna get out of here so I can get some Z's
Yes,
before,
yes, because I have a long drive to South Carolina in the morning.
how many hours is it? It's 8 hours.
It is well, I have my daughter with me, so it's gonna be an extra 2 hours. So
Yeah,
let's say 11.
yeah, yeah.
Because you know females, they always have to go to the bathroom, they
Always
always
got
gotta stop,
always
you know. So
every yeah. They get bored. They get in the car and get bored, man. And they be like, "Man, I gotta pee." You ain't gotta pee. You just want to go buy some. You just want to go buy some dill pickle potato chips and a hot sausage.
oh
You know
no,
what I'm
you
saying?
know what? Nah, my kid don't eat that. So
Okay.
I'm grateful for that. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I already
Very good.
seen it every minute. Daddy, I have to go to the bathroom. Daddy, this, daddy, that. Daddy, I'm hungry. Daddy, me.
Yeah.
The only time I'm stopping is for gas and get something to eat one time, and I'm out.
Right. And I'm doing everything on that pit stop. I'm peeing, getting gas, getting something to eat, all of that in that
All of
one
that
stop.
in one. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I ain't trying to stop, bro. So I'm leaving out of Florida at probably like about 5. I should be in Georgia probably about 11, 12, and then into South Carolina probably at my house probably about 3 o'clock.
So you going up 95 and then getting on 20
Yeah, on the 26th. Yeah,
or 26. That's right. I hate
yeah,
26, bro.
26.
I wish they would. But anyway, I'm out of here, bro. It's
Silly.
good to talk to you, man. You know I love
Yes,
you. You
yes,
my brother,
yes. You
man.
already
Be
know.
safe.
You already know, man.
Be safe out there
I'll
on that road,
definitely
man.
say that again.
Be safe on that road.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And I'm gonna shout the queen out tomorrow and let her know that Uncle Freezy will be on the show tomorrow.
Coming through with
Coming
Sasquatch
through.
feet. All right, man. I'll holler at y'all. Hey, chat. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all in
Yeah,
a few
peace,
hours.
peace and love to the chat, man.